And we are live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our info session hosted by Milpark Education's School of Commerce. My name is Sumila Ntinge, and I'm from the marketing team. Joining us today, we have Serame Ramasojana, who is Head of School of Commerce. We have Lesray Bota, who is Head of Department. We also have Hendrik Pelane, who is one of the lecturers within the School of Commerce. And for those of you who are new on the platform, welcome. And just a few things to note. On the right-hand side of your screen, you will see we've got an interactive chat box. We'd love to hear from you. Please let us know where you're watching from, how's the weather, everything that you can quickly share with us. And we're also running a poll. We've got a few questions actually. Let us know if we can contact you for any of our courses within Milpark. If you would like to join us in our upcoming cycle, vote yes. So this will give us an ability and right to actually be in contact with you. We also have an ask a question box running. So if you have any questions during the course of the presentation, just quickly pop in your questions and we will be tackling those as before we end our session. And now I'm going to hand over to Serame to take us through Milpark, the vision, everything. So over to you, Serame.
Thank you so much, Sumila, for such great introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the School of Commerce info session. It is great honor to be here to be presenting this information with you guys. It is Saturday morning, and I hope you are having a great weather wherever you are. I'm based in Johannesburg, and the weather is great here. This is sunny, and hopefully you are enjoying the weather where you are. As Sumila indicated, folks, the objective of this session is about ourselves, Milpark Education, in particular the School of Commerce. We'll be sharing information in terms of our programs, different career paths that you can choose, and how can you become part of the Milpark family as a potential student or as a student. So this info session, if you have queries or if you've got questions, please jot them down, and then later on, during our Q&A session, you'll be able to participate and ask questions as you go along. Before I show you this, let me just show you this overall structure of Milpark so that you can see where do we fit in the whole Stadio group of companies. Milpark Education is a subsidiary of Stadio Holdings, as you can see on the diagram. Stadio Holdings is a listed company on the JSE on its own. And then it also has several other subsidiaries. As you can see, we also have Stadio, which have other entities which were formerly known as SBS, Southern Business School, Embary, Lysoft, and Prestige Academy. All of those form part of the Stadio group. And then we also have another sister company on your right-hand side, which is After, or they focus on film, television, etc. So all of these institutions form part of the bigger Stadio Holdings or group of Stadio companies at an overall level. So I think it is great or important that you see where do we fit into the whole Stadio group. You can go to the next slide, Sumila. Milpark Education, as we indicated, we are a standalone entity. We have been in actions for over 20 years ago, since 1997. And then, as we can see, we offer various qualifications from certificate up until doctorate level. So we have offices in Johannesburg and Cape Town. As we can see, our vision as the school or as a Milpark Education is to provide Africans the opportunity to reimagine their future through flexible, accessible, and supportive and lifelong business education solutions. When I talk about flexibility, we have various programs that are flexible from entry level 4 until entry level 10. And we give students the opportunity to get articulation from one qualification into the other So it makes education more flexible. We are also accessible. Our students are based all over the world. We've got students in the USA, we've got students in other African countries, and we make sure that we widen access to students. Wherever you are, you can study with us. So this is possible by the mode of delivery, which is distance learning, that will enable us to widen this access of education all across. And we also offer supportive platforms to our students. You will see once you join our Milpark family, there's teacher forum where you can get engaged with our lecturers. We have platforms where you can engage. You will see Lisa throughout the presentation will talk about distance learning online, the mode of delivery where we support our students. And we also give business solutions, educational solutions to our corporate clients, which also play a critical role in Milpark. We have 5 schools, as you can see. The business school, our School of Commerce, which is our focus area for today. And we also have other schools, School of Financial Planning and Insurance, School of Investment and Banking, and the college. So all these schools have specific programs that they offer. In School of Commerce, we have a group of professionals who are passionate about education. I remember some years ago when I joined Milpark, someone was saying, you are a professional, you are an accountant, but why do you choose education? It is for the reason that we are passionate. So we have got professionals who actually want to empower, the society through education. Hence, we've got them on board. Ladies and gentlemen, you are aware that we are living in very unfortunate circumstances in the country currently. We've got the current COVID pandemic. I mean, you saw the latest reports, I think 2 weeks ago, about the unemployment rate, which is roughly about 34.4%. And this has worsened the economic outlook of the country. So we believe as Milpark, we have a role to play in the society, in the country, to alleviate the kind of unemployment that we see. How do we do this? We do this by entrepreneurial skills that we teach our students, and through those courses that we built in the BCOM and BBA, you are able to see a bigger picture as to what can you do differently. We've got students who are our alumni who are running the businesses of their own because of the entrepreneurial knowledge that they gained in the School of Commerce. So I think we have a role to play as a collective to make sure that we produce the better citizens of the country by way of offering education currently in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the School of Commerce in a nutshell at the moment. What I will do now, I'll hand over to my colleague, Lizre Bota, who will take us through in detail all these different qualifications that I mentioned, so that you can, by the end of the session, you'll be able to make a determination as to which course or which program are you interested in. So obviously, we've got the whole weekend to think about it, and hopefully, you'll be able to make that determination. Over to you, Liz.
Thank you, Sarami. Good morning, everybody. My name is Lizraid Botha. Apologies, I'm the head of department for the School of Commerce. So on your screen at the moment is just an idea of all the qualifications that we offer and your student journey. So I always start off by saying, if you ever thought of doing your doctorate degree or even your MBA, you can definitely still achieve that dream, and you can achieve it with Milpark. The heading on your screen is something that we're really, really passionate about. And I think Sarami already mentioned it. We have a group of academics that's absolutely dedicated to our students and making sure that our students are successful. And we want to walk the student journey with you. So typically, we start with NQF level 5 qualifications, which is our higher certificate qualification. From there, you can move to advanced certificate, which is a year qualification. And then we have our NQF level 7 qualifications, our degree qualifications, which is our BBA, for general HR and marketing. And then also we have a large range of BCOM qualifications from tax all the way through to credit and financial planning. From there, you can move on to a postgraduate diploma, to an MBA, and ultimately a doctorate in business administration. So this is the picture that I want you to think about. If you finished matric and you're not quite sure what to do, or if you're already a working and employed individual, you're not quite sure what to study, or even if you're unemployed and want to start your own business and not sure what type of qualification you need, Milpark can definitely become your home. So let's quickly talk about each qualification in a little bit more detail. And remember, there is a ask a question poll at the bottom of your screen. So while we talk about these qualifications, if you have a question, please pop it into chat for us so that we can answer and help you and guide you. Okay, so the first qualification on our screen is a higher certificate in management. Like I already said, this is an NQF level 5 qualification. And what is it for? It's typically for a student who's completed their matric, they want to start studying, they're not quite sure where, or if you ideally want to take a gap year, or even kind of develop and grow your skills. This is an absolute brilliant qualification. It's ideal for junior management roles, and it's got a very strong focus on a vocational orientation. In other words, it is about what are you currently doing? How can we enhance your knowledge? What skills do you need? What skills do you need to develop? It focuses on a broad area in business. In other words, it touches on various different areas in business. A little bit of HR, a little bit of financial management. We even look at things like accounting, and even some economics. So it gives you a wide range of every area in business that you would be able to touch on. Let's then look at our advanced certificate in management. This is the NQF level 6 qualification. So if you started with the high certificate in management, you really enjoyed it, and you want to go a step further, this is then the qualification for you. It's also an ideal qualification if you are in a management role, but you sort of need to upskill yourself, or if you want to shoot for that promotion, but you need a formal qualification. This is an ideal qualification because the entire qualification is aimed at developing ethical leaders, responsible managers, and we look at the skills and nuances that you would need as a manager in either your own company or in a company that you walk in and work for. It's also very generalist. In other words, it touches again on all areas of business to give you a wider range of skills. So there's a beautiful marketing subject. Like I said, we focus on ethical leadership. So you have the ethics subject. Again, there's elements of financial management, a wonderful all-round qualification if you want to be in a management and leadership role within your company. Then we can go to the next slide, which is our NQF level 7 qualifications. So the next two slides is the Bachelor of Business Administration and the Bachelor of Commerce, our NQF level 7 qualifications. Apologies for that. And these are really the flagship qualifications in the School of Commerce. So Rami already talked about this and mentioned it, but I sort of want to mention it again, is that both these qualifications really focus on the entrepreneurial spirit. We are absolutely dedicated to make sure that our graduates are either able to start their own business or walk into a company and really make a contribution to society. We have 3 streams. We've got a BBA General, a BBA Marketing, and a BBA HR. And what happens is the first year on your BBA, all of your subjects are the same. And then at the end of your first year, you can then choose and say, but I really enjoyed marketing. I would like to specialize in this. And then you can change your streams. Or you can go, Jong, I really like HR. This is where I feel I'm strongest. And then you can specialize in that stream. For the marketing stream, we've got exciting subjects like visual communication, branding and advertising, digital marketing, beautiful subjects to help you all around understand the marketing environment. The same can be said for our HR qualification. We focus on workplace relations, organizational development, performance management. Again, a wonderful qualification, a professional qualification at NQF level 7. It's ideal for somebody who has a matric and wants to start studying, wants a formal qualification, and even for somebody that's already studying that has always felt like, I need to start studying, but I don't have the time. Milpark Education definitely provides a home for those type of students. And at the in 2 or 3 slides, I'm going to talk about our distant learning online mode of study or mode of delivery, which really helps you to be flexible in your study so that you can ultimately achieve and complete your study successfully. So that's the BBA qualification in a nutshell. I want to hand over to Hendrik, which is a star lecturer in our team in the School of Commerce. Hendrik is also somebody that we definitely look up to because he does the accounting modules for our first years, and it's an absolute pleasure to have him here today. And the reason that we have Hendrik here is to also show you the caliber of our lecturers that you can expect when you come and study with Milpark Education. Hendrik, over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you. Once again, good morning all, and we welcome you all to the School of Commerce info session. My name is Hendrik Pilani, and I'm a lecturer representing School of Commerce, and I'll be taking you guys through BCOM qualification. Okay. So upon completion of your NQF level 7, you'll be well equipped with the following: the management and leadership skills, the finance and accounting, the career opportunities in commerce and industry, generalist and specialization within the BCOM section. Once you are done and you've completed your NQF level 7. So in order for you to enroll for the above mentioned NQF level 7, you need to at least meet the minimum admission requirements. So you need to have at least have NQF level 5 and NQF level 6 within the relevant field of your choice. And then for National Senior Certificate, you need to have at least minimum of 50% in 4 of your National Senior Certificate 20 credit subject, including your English. And also for mathematics, as well as your mathematical literacy. And for those of you who would be coming from other higher institutions of learning, you obviously apply for admission. So when you apply for admission, obviously we will look at your your prior learning, recognition of prior learning, which you would have completed on your the previous institution that you'll be coming for. So as for the streams, we have different streams on the BCOM. So we have general, we have compliance and risk management, we have banking and investment management, as well as we have taxation within our BCOM streams, as well as the financial planning for short-term insurance. So we have different study modes within Milpark institution. So you can either choose to do the distance learning, whereby there we know that everything will be self-study. So you'll be required to do everything by yourself. Obviously, you'll be provided with a guidance in terms of the study plan on how everything is laid out from the topic that are covered within the module. Okay, and then the second one, we have distance learning online. Here, you constantly have an engagement or an interaction with your online lecture on the daily basis. So it's more like a virtual classroom. So everything will be taking place online, and then you'll get to engage with your lecture online. Okay. Can we move on to the next slide, Somila? Thank you so much. So we need to be mindful of the fact that Milpark is a very considerate higher institution of learning, because we have a brief program for those of you guys that might have not made it in terms of passing the mathematics, or as well as mathematical literacy. So you will be assigned, or maybe you'll be enrolled to do the following 3 modules, which are your induction of business studies, the business numeracy, and business mathematics. So once you have completed those 3 modules that I've just mentioned right now, you will then be in a position to apply for admission into a BCOM degree of your choice. And then please bear in mind that all these 3 modules that I've just mentioned right now, the induction of business studies, business numeracy, as well as the business mathematics, all will be completed on the DLO mode of delivery. Okay, so right now I just want to hand over to Liz, who will be taking you guys through the DLO mode of delivery. Over to you, Liz. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hendrik. So now that you guys have a very good idea of all the qualifications we offer in the School of Commerce, and remember, all of your questions you can post, very happy to answer. We're definitely going to spend some time on it. So if you're thinking about studying and you're not quite sure, we are here to guide you and we are here to help you. But we sort of all alluded to distant learning online, and I want to pause and just look at what that actually means. So Rami started our session today by saying we are really dedicated to making sure that our students have flexibility and that you get access. And our distant learning online mode of study allows you to do that. Okay. So distant learning online means that instead of taking 4 subjects a semester, during the year, we've got 6 intakes, which means you can complete 6 subjects a year, and you only do 1 subject at a time, which is absolutely brilliant news if you are in a high-pressure work environment, because it allows you to focus on 1 subject. So you start with 1 subject, you run it for 8 weeks, you write your exam, you say bye to that subject, and you move on to the next. It is a virtual classroom, like Hendrik also said. It's completely online. So you are able to engage with the content every day when it is convenient for you. So typically a module would start with a module overview. In week 1, you have an assignment of 10 marks to complete. In week 2, you've got an online test to complete. In week 3, there's an assignment of 20 marks. In week 4, again, another online test. Week 5, you've got a bigger assignment. This is your biggest assignment. It is out of 50 marks. Again, you have an online test. We review the work that you've done throughout the 6 weeks. And remember, the 6 weeks is high engagement, high contact. In other words, you have a lecturer at your disposal 24/7 that gives you that feedback that you need. If you struggle, there's an opportunity to ask questions to your peers. During those 6 weeks, there's participation. So you really get a lot of engagement. And should you struggle or need to clarify something, there's definitely a lot of support. So in week 7, when we review the work of the 6 weeks to make sure that you've understood what you've studied. We look at how you can improve. There's a mock exam, in other words, an old exam paper that we do with all of our students. So by week 7, you should be ready for your exam. You've engaged and participated every week with your class members and your facilitator, and then you write exam in week 8. Once you've written your exam, you simply go on to the next. So it's a very good mode of study should you be a full-time working individual and you need flexibility and focus. It's also brilliant if you are someone that needs to connect to facilitator and class and your colleagues on a regular basis. Again, a wonderful mode of study that we absolutely believe in. We've got very high pass rates and very good feedback from our students that has gone through the DLO the last couple of years. Okay, we can go to the next slide. So that's our DLO. Then, just for in case you thought you are excited and you want to start studying, but you have to wait until 2022. That is not the case at all. On distant learning online, like I said in the beginning, we have got 6 intakes a year, which is completely different from a semester type of view where we only have 2 intakes in a year. On distant learning online, there's 6 intakes, which means you can really start your studies at any point in time. So if you want to start studying, our registration for cycle 6 closes on the 5th of October. So you have the opportunity to go through admission, go through registration, and start your studies this year. And what we've done as Milpark, we really want to encourage students to not delay, to start your studies, start your career. And what we've done is we've put together a special. It's an admission special where you pay 100 Rand and save 600 Rand in admission fee, and you can start your studies this year. So that's an exceptional opportunity, and we really hope that all of you use this opportunity to start dreaming about your future and start your career. Next slide. There we go. We also understand that in the current environment, it might be difficult to get the financial support for your studies. So what we've done is Milpark has partnered with Capitec, and there is some study funding available to you. And all that you really need to do is go and visit the Capitec website, or on the Milpark website, there's a click through to their website where they offer wonderful study support, and you can see it on your screen. It's 250,000 over 84 months. There is some steps that you just need to complete. There's some some questions and answers that you need to engage in. But Capitec, just like Milpark, wants to make sure that we get our students studying, that we have an impact on society, that education is the way to go. So we really want to encourage you. If you're sitting at home and you're going, okay, that's brilliant, I want to start studying, but you don't have the financial capability, then Capitec is definitely one of the service providers that you should consider. And simply clicking on their website, going through steps, answering a couple of questions, your studies can possibly be funded, and you can start on the 5th of October. Next slide. There we go. So Mila, I think we can open it up for a couple of questions.
Yes, we definitely can.
Go for it.
Cool. We had a question from Ashley. I think Sarame has answered that question. Ashley was asking, with full-time study, how many lecturers are there in a month, etc. So maybe during the whole duration of the study, they want to know, do we have lecturers dedicated to us, etc.
I see Ashley has asked another question, Sumila. She said that she's completed the National Certificate in Banking, NQF Level 5, but don't have a matriculation endorsement for degree studies. Ashley, that should definitely not allow you to pause. We would definitely want you to make some contacts so that we can see what prior degrees or what prior qualifications you have, so that we can have a look at it and then onboard you on one of our qualifications. Like we said, there's so many opportunities. So let's say, for example, you want to start with the NQF Level 7 degree, either in BCOM or BBA. And I think Hendrik also mentioned that we looked at, it's called RPL, it's recognition of prior learning, and we see what have you already completed, what can be exempted, what are your points, and where do you go. So let's say worst case scenario, right, which I don't think is in your case, but worst case scenario, you would then start with the high certificate in management, advanced certificate in management, or even the bridging course that allows you to seamlessly go to the next phase, which is then your BBA or your BCOM at NQF Level 7. So there's lots of support, there's lots of avenues. We really make sure that wherever you are as a student, if you want to start studying, we want to give you that opportunity. So Ashley, please make contact with us. Let's see your RPL and where we can assist you.
Yeah, and I see there's also another question from David Mashaola saying, I have a BTech in internal auditing. So do I qualify for CTA, and how much are CTA tuition fees? So David, we do have a School of Professional Accounting, which focuses on CTA, Certificate in Theory of Accounting. So if you have a qualification from another institution, they also have bridging, which comes back to the issue of opening access. So if you don't have a qualification, they'll say, okay, where did you get your BTech from? And they'll do an assessment. And then based on the results of the assessment, then you'll be able to enroll into the bridging test before you come into the full CTA. But for more information, please visit our website, www.milpark.ac.za. You'll get more information in terms of the requirement on CTA and the other aspects. If the fees as well, I think the fees are there in the website.
Another question that we have is from Paul. Paul asks, when can I start class? So I think Liz has already answered that, but let's reiterate for those people who were not here.
Not a problem. I think that's such a good question. So if you're excited and you want to start studying, you can go through our admission and registration process, which is very, very simple. There's a consultant that will guide you, and then you can start as early as the 5th of October on distant learning online. So the moment that the course then opens, you are immediately registered. You have all of your study material online. And when you go into your subject, you'll see there is virtual class engagements that it's already scheduled. So once you're registered and you have that subject, you have access to all 6 weeks of your teaching online with distant learning online, and then your classes, your virtual engagements are already scheduled. So yeah, you can start as early as the 5th of October. You don't have to wait for 22 to start your studies. So Mpo, I hope that answers your question there.
Awesome. And Lebohang wants to know, when are we releasing our fees for 2022?
Our registration for 2022 opens on the 1st of October. So on the website, we would have updated the fees for next year and people can start registering.
Ashley has another question again. I did register for BCOM and was referred to this web address for an assessment, I think. Is there a contact name and number at Milpark for someone who can provide me with guidance, please?
I think the best way would be to there's 2 options, right? The first option is to definitely contact our School of Commerce student support. I'll make sure that I quickly copy and paste that email contact for you, Ashley, in the screen. Or Milpark student support, that's your other option. But because you're specifically asking for BCOM, I would suggest that we get you in contact with the Commerce support team. So we've got 4 ladies that specifically works for Commerce and Commerce student and Commerce support. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get that email address for you. I'm going to paste it in our blog, and then you are so welcome to contact them. And in your email, you can definitely allude to the fact that you were in the information session and you would need some assistance. So that's definitely going to help you. And I think that's the quickest, fastest route to assist you.
Cool. Thank you very much, Liz. Just a reminder for everyone who's joining us, we do have a poll running with 2 questions. First one is, would you like us to contact you for more information on our courses? Please vote yes. I see people have voted. So if you want us to be in contact, please click on yes, and we will definitely be in contact with you. And another important question is, will you be joining us in our 5th of October intake? I see 4 people have already said that, and yes, we'll definitely be in touch with you. And for those of you who say, yes, I have heard about you, I've heard about your courses, and I think Milpark is amazing, please contact me for 2022. There's also a poll running there. So please click on yes, and we will contact you for our 2022 intake. I see some people have already said yes. Please do contact me. So we appreciate you guys voting in our polls, and we will make sure that we contact you by next week, Monday, and we'll give you guidance as to how you can apply. And definitely the 100 Rand admission special will definitely apply. I don't see any other questions.
We have another question from Lebohang.
Oh, yes.
So let me quickly take it. It says, how do you conduct your exams? How did we conduct our exams this year, and how do you foresee conducting them next year? The good news is, in this online environment with all the changes since 2020, Milpark was able to adapt very, very quickly. So all of our exams are also online. Our exams are invigilated. We call it proctoring. So you can take your exam in the comfort of your home, in your pajamas, online. And the good news is we help you step by step to know what software you need to download. What does it mean when we talk about proctoring? It's been something that we know we have to continue, and something that we want to continue, because it's a huge benefit for our students if they can take online exams. Not only is it convenient, you can sit anywhere in the world, right, and take your exam, but it's also safe. So we've done that move, and that is definitely the way that we will continue to conduct our exams in future, Lebogang. So I hope that answers your question there.
We also have another one from Meli Mafu. He's asking about what does the TTS assessment contain for postgrad studies, as I'm not sure if it is a psychometric evaluation.
Okay, I was on mute. So on the PGDIP and CTA, there is those assessments before they can admit you as a potential student. So it just tests your capabilities in terms of reasoning. There's no right or wrong answer in those assessments. It's just to check your ability to commit in terms of are you really committed to do postgraduate diploma in accounting or MBA or PGDIP in BA. So it's a tool that we use to check the readiness of a student, to ensure that when you come, you are aware of what to expect. So there is those tests, and they are very important because they test your general knowledge to a particular postgraduate qualification that you want to do.
Awesome. Are you guys seeing any other questions?
No questions, but I see Pat says, thank you for the session. He's now inspired to start his studies, which is exactly what the session is about. I think that's the outgoing message, to say, if you want to get going, if you want to study and you're scared and you feel like it's a mountain that you're going to climb, we don't want you to feel that way. We really assist our students to start studying at any point in your career. Even if you haven't studied for years, you can always come back and get a qualification, and we can definitely help you. So thanks for that, Pat. I hope the other students listening also feels like that. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
In your pulse, Somila, do you have other questions or in?
No, I have. It's those three. It's those three, and we are committed to ensuring that we contact these students, we tell them about our courses, and we get them enrolled in our 5th of October intake. We're very excited to welcome everyone in and to seeing you guys in the future as we journey with you in your learning journey. If we do not have any questions, I'm going to hand over to Serame to close for us. And
I think it was a wonderful session, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also inspired to be part of this team of Milpark Education Academic team, and I really hope that in the near future we will be able to engage with you. Like I said in my beginning, our mission is to empower the nation via education. I mean, we have seen turbulence in the country where we are dealing with all sorts of problems. And we as Milpark, we believe we have a big role to play, and in terms of, our academic delivery. Unemployment is the key. Entrepreneurial skills that we embed in every single module that we have, and so that we can change the world. Education is the key in the future. And if we all have the same missions, same, aspirations, I think you guys can make it. So we are willing to welcome you in this journey, and then we'll be on your support 24 hours a day and throughout the journey. As we can see, we've got from entry level 4 until 10. So you are all taken care of. If you don't qualify for a particular qualification, there is another alternative so that you can progress your journey and empower your skills. I really thank you for taking your time this morning. I understand it's Saturday. You know, you want to do other things, errands, move around. But you dedicated this time to join the session for us for this hour. That really inspires us, and we are really, really grateful for attending the session today. Thank you so much. So Mila, I think you are on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah.
Cool, thank you for that. Who has not said that in the past year? You are on mute. Thank you everyone for joining, and those who have said that they would like to be contacted. As I said, we will be in contact with you on Monday, and we'll take you through all the things that are required for you to be a part of our Milpark family. And with that, as they say in the movies, it's a wrap. So thank you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a lovely day further. Goodbye.